Good morning, children.
Morning, ma'am.
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning, children.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, tell me, when will you use the expression 2 pi r square? 2 pi r square will give you the first, in which solid will you use this formula 2 pi r square? For which solid? Okay, I expected this because I'm sure most of us have not still memorized the formulae in this chapter. Take a screenshot of this one. When I point to any one of these, you should be able to say where the expression will be used or the formula will be used. Take a screenshot of this one. Yeah, well, take down the first question. Take down the first question. Volume of a cuboid is 880 centimeter cubed. And the area of its base is circular, right? Oh, sorry, rectangular. Volume of a cuboid is 880 centimeter cube. Area of its base is a rectangle. Area of the base is 88 centimeter square. Find the height of the cuboid. Write down the question, all of you. Yeah, what's the height of the cuboid? Volume is 880. Volume is 880. Volume is given by area into height. Or you can write LBH is equal to 880. Now, area of the base, that is L into B is given. L into B is given. You can also write like this. Volume is given to be 880. Volume is nothing but area into height. Area into height is equal to 880. Area is L into B. Area of the cross section is L into B into H. Yeah, and LBH is the formula, right? L into B into H is the formula to find the volume of a cuboid. So area into height. Volume is area into height. Area is L into B into H is equal to 880. Is equal to 880. So this is what is given. L into B is given 88. 88 into H. 88 into H is equal to 880. So H is equal to 880 by 88, which is 10. If the area of the base is 88 centimeter square and the volume should be 880 centimeter cube, then the height of the cuboid should be 10 centimeters. Second question. A square piece of paper of side 22 centimeters is rolled to form a cylinder. So if you can just grab a piece of paper, the paper which you have may be rectangular. Okay, so the shape square, rectangular doesn't matter, but when you bring the ends, take a piece of paper, a rectangular paper. When you bring the opposite edges together, a cylinder will be formed. So when you roll it up and bring this edge and this edge together, you roll it up and you just you make sure that this edge meets this edge, doesn't overlap. It just meets the two. The opposite edges meet. Then you can see a cylinder will be formed. The cylinder will be open at both the ends. But a cylinder will be formed. When a square piece of paper or a rectangular piece of paper is rolled such that the opposite edges meet, a cylinder is formed which is open at both the ends. When you roll it up so that this one meets this one, the opposite edges meet, you roll the paper so that this edge meets this edge, the opposite edges meet. The solid formed as a cylinder. Paper, whether square or rectangular, is a plane figure. When you roll it up, a solid cylinder is not a solid, meaning a solid which is called a cylinder is formed. This cylinder is open at both ends. It's not a solid cylinder. The cylinder is open at both the ends. When this 2D is rolled up, a 3D is formed. When this 2D is rolled up, a 3D is formed. We need to find the volume of the cylinder. Now we know that to find the volume of the cylinder, we need the radius and the height of the cylinder. To find the volume, you need the radius and height. So we need to find the radius and the height of the cylinder. Now, when it's a square piece of paper, so when you roll it up to form a cylinder, the height of the cylinder will be 22. The height of the cylinder will be 22. When you roll it up to form a cylinder, the height of the cylinder, this height of the cylinder will be 22. The other 22, this 22 will go to form the circumference of the circle. Because you roll it up, right? You roll it up. Say now, supposing the length becomes the height. The breadth is rolled up to form a circle. So 2 pi r, it becomes 2 pi r. The other side becomes 2 pi r, which is 22. So supposing you make these two edges meet, you make this edge and this edge meet, and you have a cylinder now with you. So the height of the cylinder will be 22. The height of the cylinder will be 22 centimeters. Now what happens to this and this? They'll become circles. This and this one and this one, they'll become circles. They'll become the circumference of the circle formed. This 22 will be the height. This 22 also will be the height of the cylinder. This 22 and this 22, now it's rolled and they become the circumference of the circle. Because a cylinder has two circles, right? A cylinder has two circles at the top and bottom. These two will become the circles. This one and this one will become the circles. If you make this edge meet this edge, then this will become the height, 22 height. And this 22 will become a circle. This 22 also will become a circle, will become the circumference of the circle. So 2 pi r, So we need to find the radius. 2 pi r, radius is not 22. The circumference of the circle is 22. On working this, 2 into 22 by 7 into r is equal to 22. So 22 gets cancelled. So you get h is equal to 7 by 2. H is equal to 7 by 2. So here you have the height, r. Radius is equal to 7 by 2. See here, radius. Radius is equal to 7 by 2. So now you have the radius and the height of the cylinder. Find the volume.
Ma'am, 1 minute. Can you show the first one answer, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Any questions with regard to the first and second answer?
Ma'am, could you please show me the question page alone?
Yeah, I'll do that. Children who finished, any doubts regarding the first and second one? Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, Shreyas.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Should I wait for anyone? Have we finished the first and second question and answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Completed, ma'am.
All right. The third question. The total cost of making a solid spherical ball is rupees 33,957 at the rate of rupees 7 per cubic meter. The total cost of making a solid spherical ball. The cost of making a solid spherical ball, sphere, is 33,957 at the rate of rupees 7 per cubic meter. Find the radius of the ball. Now, supposing I say that I've spent a total of 300 rupees in buying some fabric. at the rate of 10 rupees per meter. At the rate of 10 rupees per meter. I have spent 300 rupees. Okay, let's say I have spent 300 rupees to buy some. Okay, let me finish this. I've spent 300 rupees to buy some fabric. Okay, at the rate of 10 rupees per meter. So what will 30? What is 300 by 10? What will this give me? 300 is the total cost. 10 is the rate. What will the total cost by rate give me here in this situation?
Length of cloth purchased.
Yes, Ananya, right. So the length of the fabric purchased. 300 by 10 will give us the length. So I have purchased 30 meters. I have purchased 30 meters. Why meter? How do I know meter? Why not centimeter? Because it's given 10 rupees per meter. 10 rupees per meter. So the answer which I get will be in meters. I have spent a total of 300 rupees in buying some fabric, not a ready-made clothing, material, 1 meters, 2 meters, 3 meters, unstitched material. Not a ready-made garment. I've got some unstitched fabric for 300 rupees at the rate of rupees 10 per meter. So that means the total cost of 300 by the rate 10 rupees gives me a number, gives me this number 30, which represents the length of fabric I have purchased. So I have purchased 30 meters of fabric. 1 meter costs 10 rupees. So 30 meters will cost me 30 into 10, 300 rupees. Think about this. I'll just give you some 2 minutes time. Put yourself in different other situations, like you buy some fruits. You buy some fruits for 500 rupees and per kg 50. So if you've spent 500 rupees, the total cost 500 by the rate 50 will give you 10 kgs, because rupees 50 per kg. So 10 kgs, it means you purchased 10 kgs of fruits. Okay. Now supposing, say a room of your house has to be tiled up. The floor of the room, of a room in your house, the floor of a room in your house has to be tiled up. Tiles have to be laid. Okay. And say you spend 10,000 rupees for it. The person who, who's come to lay the tiles charges you at the rate of 50 rupees per meter square. Not 50 rupees, let me say 200 rupees per meter square. This is how they'll charge you per meter square. Just for example, this is pretty big. So let's say some hall. Okay, so some hall, the floor of a hall has to be tiled up. The floor of a hall has to be tiled up. You have spent, or the person has spent 10,000 rupees to tile it up. The total cost The total cost for tiling up the hall, the floor of the, only the floor. The total cost incurred in tiling up, in laying the tiles. Only laying the tiles. Now don't ask me, not the cost of the tiles. It's not the cost of laying alone. Just for laying the tiles, you have already purchased the tiles. Just for laying the tiles. Okay. So the cost of laying the tiles is 200 rupees per meter square. So for 1 meter square, 200 rupees. You have spent in all 10,000 rupees. That person, okay, has spent in all 10,000 rupees. In all 10,000 rupees. Rate is 200 rupees per meter square. Can even take us 20 rupees per meter square. Now, when you divide the total cost of 10,000, this is the total cost incurred. Divided by the rate, what do you think it will give you?
Number of tiles.
I'll repeat my question in case somebody has not understood. The floor of a hall has to be tiled up. Tiles have to be laid. The person who's going to do that job charges you at the rate of 20 rupees per meter square. 20 rupees per meter square. That's the rate he quotes. For 1 meter square, 20 rupees. You agree and you get the floor of the hall tiled. Your expenditure for the same is rupees 10,000. The total cost is 10,000. The rate is 20 rupees per meter square. Now, when you divide the total cost of 10,000 by the rate 20, what do you think that number will represent? The quotient will represent. Yes, somebody said something. Please come again. So this is
Number of tiles, ma'am.
no
Ma'am, the area, ma'am.
area of what?
Where the tiles have to be sticking, ma'am.
No, be more clear. No, yeah, you got it. You're right, but you can express more clearly. No, I want you to be fully right. I don't want to correct what you said because I'm sure you understood. Just think and try again.
Yes, ma'am.
You're right, but express that more clearly. What does 5,000 represent? What is the unit? Is it 5,000 rupees, 5,000 centimeter, meter? What is it? Or tiles, 5,000 tiles? What is it? The floor is to be tiled. You have to lay the tiles.
Isn't it 500, ma'am?
Oh, sorry. Yes, it is. Yeah, 500. Thank you. 500.
Ma'am, 500 is the area of the floor, ma'am.
Area of the floor. What's the unit? 500?
Square units, ma'am.
Square units or meter square.
Yes.
So the area of the floor is 500 meters square. For one to tile up 20 meters, 1 meter square, the cost is 20 rupees. 1 meter square, 20 rupees. So for 500 meters square, for 500 meters square, it will be 500 into 20, 10,000 rupees. So 10,000 by 20, the total cost by rate. See the unit for rate, 20 per meter square. Meter square represents area. Meter square represents area. 20 per meter square. Meter square represents area. So when you divide the total cost by rate, it will give you some area. And what area will it give? With what have you tiled? The floor. So it will give you the area of the floor. The unit, the units used in the rate will tell you rupees 20 per meter square for 1 meter square. 1 meter square represents an area. 1 meter square represents area. For 1 meter square, 20 rupees. And 1 meter square clearly represents area. And 1 meter square area on the floor. To tile up 1 meter square area on the floor, 20 rupees. To tile up 1 meter square area on the floor, 20 rupees. Totally, I've spent 10,000 rupees. So 10,000 by 20, 500 is the area of the floor. 1 meter square, 20 rupees. 500 meter square, 10,000 rupees. So clearly the area of the floor is 500 meters square. Another situation. The cost of painting the 4 walls is rupees 50,000. The cost of painting the 4 walls of some room, okay? The cost of painting the 4 walls of some room is 50,000 rupees. The big room, 50,000 rupees. And say the rate of painting. The rate of painting is rupees 5 per meter square. To paint 1 meter square on the wall. The work is, where is the work undertaken? Or what is the work to be done? Painting of the 4 walls. So nothing to do with the floor, nothing to do with the ceiling. Only 4 walls. The 4 walls are painted or distempered, whatever. The total cost is 50,000 rupees. The painter, before starting the work, the painter and you have agreed for 5 rupees per meter square. You've agreed to pay the painter at the rate of 5 rupees per meter square. So 1 meter square, you said you will pay him 5 rupees. He is also happy with that. And your total expenditure is 50,000 rupees. To paint up the 4 walls, you settle the painter 50,000 rupees. At the end of the job, at the completion of the job, you pay the painter happily 50,000 rupees. So total cost 50,000. Rate is 5. What is 50,000 by 5?
On the area of 4 walls, ma'am.
So 50,000 by 5 is 10,000. 10,000 meters square. And here 10,000 meters square. See, for 1 meter square, 5 rupees for that area. For to paint up an area of 1 meter square, the charge is 5 rupees. So how many meter squares are there on the wall? How many square meters are there on the wall? That is the area of the 4 walls. So 50 by 5, 10,000 represents the area of the 4 walls. Wherever the work is undertaken, 4 walls. So it will give you the area of 4 walls. Why area of 4 walls? Because the rate of you're painting of the walls. So area, surface, area. Painting the wall has nothing to do with volume. So 10,000 meters square represents the area of the 4 walls. These are only 2 things, area and volume. Okay, another situation. Say you have a cylindrical tin. Okay, you have a cylindrical vessel. And the cost of oil is say rupees 50 per liter. $50 per liter. And when you fill this can or vessel to capacity, that is fully capacity, meaning whatever when you fill oil to the brim of this container, you had spent rupees 400. See, you have a cylindrical container, you have a cylindrical vessel. You want to fill oil to the brim of this vessel. So you want to fill oil in this container to capacity, to its brim. And oil is sold at the rate of 50 rupees per liter. And you get oil completely. You fill this container entirely with oil and your total cost is 400 rupees. Now what is 40? What does 400 by 50 indicate? When you divide 400 by
Ma'am,
50.
how much capacity does the
Height.
tin container holds?
Yeah. So
And the height
400 by
of
50.
the cylinder.
No, not the height. 1 liter, 50 rupees. How many liters? 400 rupees. 1 liter, 50 rupees. How many liters? 400 rupees. So that how many liters means? It tells you the capacity of the container in liters. 1 liter, 50 rupees. For how many liters you spend 400 rupees?
So it will give the volume, ma'am.
It will give the volume in liters. It will give the volume of the, it will give the capacity of the container. It will give you the
Okay.
capacity of the container in liters. 1 liter, you have to spend 50 rupees. For how many liters have you spent 400 rupees? 400 by 58. For 8 liters, you've spent 400 rupees. So 8 liters is the capacity. So that means the capacity of the cylindrical vessel is 8 liters. So basically this one, rupees 5 per meter square area, per liter volume, per liter capacity. This is a good indicator. See, we need to understand why is very important. Plus this is an indicator. Rupees 50 per something, no? So if it is rupees 50 per centimeter cube, for in some other situation, if it is rupees 50 per centimeter cube, it has something to do with volume, not area at all. So in question number 3, the total, I think I read the question for you. The total cost of making a solid spherical ball is rupees 33,957 at the rate of rupees 7 per meter cubed. At the rate of rupees 7 per meter cubed. To make 1 meter cubed, you have to spend 7 rupees. So for how many meter cube have you spent 33,957? For 1 meter cube, you have to spend 7 rupees. Then for how many meter cube have you spent 33,957? So when you divide this total cost by rate, it will give you something in meter cubed. Then what is that meter cubed? Is it area or volume?
It's area.
Area is not expressed in meter cubed or in cubic meters.
Sorry, ma'am, volume.
Volume. So it will give you the volume of the sphere. And once you know the volume of the sphere, you should be able to find the radius of the sphere. Write down the question, children. So you'll get the volume of the spherical ball when you divide the total cost by rate. The volume is 4,851 meter cubed. And that's the volume. So that means 4 by 3 pi r cubed because it's a sphere. Volume of a sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cubed. So 4,851 represents 4 by 3 pi r cubed. 4 by 3 pi r cubed is equal to 4851 because it's volume. So on working this, you'll find the value of r. Tell me the value of r. You can see r cubed here. Tell me the value of r. Yeah, what's the value of r?
Answer 21 by 2.
21 by 2. Very good. 21 by 2. 20, yeah, right. 21 by 2. Sangamitra, very good. Class, use the emoji. Raise your hand. Arav and Tarun. Okay, so Tarun, Shivani, Shreyas, Hitesh, Vasudevan, Nikita, Sangamitra, Pratiksha, Nivedita, Kanishka, and Ananya. Arav, are you there? So r cubed is equal to, you should not multiply, children. You must break down the numbers. R cubed is equal to 21 into 21 into 21 by 2 into 2 into 2. So r cubed is equal to 21 by 2 the whole cubed. R cubed is equal to 21 by 2 the whole cubed. So r is 21 by 2 or 10.5. See, you should not see after, you know that you have to simplify. So after simplifying, if you multiply 441 by 21, 3 7 are 21, you know what, you will get 9261. You'll get 9261. So you will have r cubed is equal to 9261 by 8. You've simplified, no? 11 2s are 22, 11 2s are 22, and 11 4 41 times. 11 4 41 times is 4851. Then these numbers cannot be further simplified, so we are forced to multiply 441 into 3 into 7. 441 into 3 into 7 will give you 9261 divided by 4 2s are 8. But I'm saying don't multiply. Break down the numbers. Write 4 as 2 into 2. Reduce the number. Write the numbers as a product of their prime factors. In case you've done this, then you have to find all the prime factors of 9261. So you'll get 3, 3 3s are 9, 0, 3 7, 3 8s are 24, 3 7s are 21. Please try by 3 again. 3 1s are 0, 3 2s are 6, 9s are 27. 3 again. 3 3s are 9, 3 4s are 12, 3 3s are 9, 7, 343. It's not divisible by 2. See, it's not, it's not a choice to take 7. It's not divisible by 2. 343 is not divisible by 3. It's not divisible by 5. So we try 7. So 7 will be 49 times. Then 7 7s are. And finally 7 1s are. 7 1s are. So you find 3 3s, 3 3s and 3 7s. 3 3s and 3 7s. So r cubed is equal to, so you will be writing r cubed is equal to, the numerator 9261 is 3 cubed into 7 cubed. 3 cubed into 7 cubed divided by 8. 8 is 2 cubed. 8 is 2 cubed. So r cubed is equal to, you can write this as 3 into 7 by 2 the whole cube. Everything is raised to the power 3, right? 3 to the power 3, 7 to the power 3, 2 to the power 3. So 3 into 7 by 2, the whole power 3. So r is equal to 3 7 are 21. The cubes don't cancel like this, but I'm just showing you. So r is equal to 21 by 2, which is 10.5. Children, are we following?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Children, I'm trying my best. You can make it more, easy by asking questions. Please ask me your questions. You might have a unique question. I might not have, spoken about that. Please help me be better by asking your questions. Don't have anything in your mind, any doubt, Please throw it out. So this is we simplify. Please write down. So here, since the rate is given per meter cubed, you will get the volume. Meter cubed suggests volume or capacity. So you will get the volume of the ball. See, in maths, we use it interchangeably, volume and capacity. I'll tell you the difference. See, now supposing this is a 2 liters can. Okay, this is 1 liter. This is 1 liter. And say this is 500 ml. This half, okay, half a liter. Now, when we say volume, supposing I fill water in this container, I fill water up to half a liter mark. The volume of the water in this container is half a liter, but the capacity of the container is 2 liters. The capacity, what is the capacity of this container? 2 liters. What is the volume of the water in the container? Half a liter. But in maths, we use it interchangeably. We'll say capacity, we'll say volume. But this is that fine difference. The capacity of the water that can be contained in this container, or the capacity of the container. The capacity of the container is 2 liters. The volume of the liquid in this container, the volume of the liquid is half a liter. So you just know that difference. Don't really be worried why not volume, why capacity and all that. This is the difference. Volume of the water in the container is half a liter, but the capacity of the container is 2 liters. Is it over, children? Anybody still writing?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Done, ma'am.
Okay.
Completed, ma'am.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you for your acknowledgements. Okay. Fourth question. Find the volume of metal used to find the volume of metal used to construct a hollow sphere of internal and external diameters 10 and 13 respectively. Two diameters are given. So there is value for small r, there is value for capital R. And I told you that a coconut is a very good example for a hollow sphere. We'll just assume that a coconut is perfectly spherical. Coconut is then this coconut will be a very good example for a hollow sphere. Small r 5 centimeters, capital R 6.5 centimeters. And when you recall for all the formulae that are used with respect to a sphere, you will see that for a sphere, whether volume or area, you will need only the value of R or R's. You will only need the value of R, small r or small r and capital R, depending on the sphere. And that is given to you. Fine, children, find the volume of the metal. The volume of the metal will be external volume minus internal volume. Whenever it is hollow, and you have the values of the two R's, volume is always external volume minus internal volume. External volume is 4 by 3 sphere. This is 4 by 3 pi capital R cube. External volume. Internal volume is 4 by 3 pi small r cube. The difference between these two will be the volume of the metal used. The volume of the metal, the volume of the material. The volume of the material is external volume minus internal volume. So you can also take out 4 by 3 pi common, 4 by 3 pi common and say r cubed minus r cubed, r cubed minus r cubed, like this. You can find these two separately and then subtract. You can find the external volume, internal volume both separately and subtract, or you can use this formula straight away. Yes, please try. You must write small r is equal to 10 by 2, 5 centimeters. Capital R is equal to 13 by 2, 6.5 centimeters. Or if you want, you can use it as 13 by 2 itself. Pi, you have to take 3.14. You should not take 22 by 7.
Ma'am, here can we use a cube minus b cube formula, ma'am?
A cube minus B cube, is it? You can use it, but
Yes, ma'am.
I don't think it will really help you to. I don't think it will simplify your task. You can use, but I don't think it will simplify your task. A cube minus B cube is A minus B, A square plus AB plus B square. Again, you'll have to find A square and B square. For that, you can find A cube, B cube straight away. You can use the formula if it
Okay.
is going to help. Yeah, I don't think it will help you. Help you meaning it will not make your work easier. There also you have to find A square, AB and B square. In that time, you can find R cube and meaning the two cubes itself. You will not save time using that.
Ma'am, I got 6.274.625, ma'am.
So what's the final answer? Is that the final
Ma'am,
answer?
the final answer is 626.43.
But how did you work it so fast? Did you use a calculator?
No, ma'am, manual calculation.
Okay, good, good. That was really fast. I don't know if the answer is right. Let me check. Yeah. Volume of metal is equal to, you can write volume of the spherical metal. Sorry, volume of the metal. Yeah, okay. Volume of the metal in the spherical ball, I meant. No, not the spherical metal. Volume of the metal in the spherical ball. Volume of the metal in the spherical ball is equal to 4 by 3 pi capital R cube minus small r cube. Finished working? Completed working, children?
Completed. ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Completed, ma'am.
Yeah, 5 is simple because we have already seen that in exercise 13.1, a similar one. 5 and 6. Work 5 and 6 and we'll see the answers.
Ma'am, for fifth one is the height is 12, ma'am. 12 meters.
All right, shall we see the answer for the fifth and sixth one? Are we ready with the answers for the fifth and sixth one, children?
Sixth one.
Fifth one.
Sixth one.
Okay, what's the final answer for the fifth one?
12 meters.
12 meters.
12 meters. Okay, and the CSA of the cone? Sixth question. Okay, try the sixth one then. Sixth one. Okay, let's do it together. It's given that the area of the base of the cone is 154 centimeters square. How does the base of the cone look like? What is the shape of the base of a cone? Rectangle, triangle, what? Yeah, it's a
Circle.
circle. So area of the base meaning area of the circle, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So area of the circle is equal to 154. Am I right? Area of the circle in the cone. Area of the circle
Yes,
in the
ma'am.
cone. So area of the circle is equal to 154. So then what is 154? How do you find the area of a circle? What's the formula to find the area of a circle? Forgot the formula to find the area of a circle?
Pi r square, ma'am.
Pi r square. Now what is pi r square equal to?
154.
154. So when you work this pi r square is equal to 154, what value can you find? You can find the value of which unknown?
R, ma'am.
Please
Radius.
do that, all of you. Yes, all of you do that. Find the value of r. Quickly, what's the value of r? How much?
No, ma'am. 1 minute, I said.
Okay.
Radius is equal to 7, ma'am.
7, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now the ratio of the radius and height is given to you. 4:3. Using that, you can find the height. Radius is 7 is fine. Now the ratio is given 4:3. So using pi r square is equal to, you can do it in another way also. Pi r square is equal to 154. Kanishka has found r. R is equal to 7. Okay, she's right. R is 7. Now r by h is equal to 4/3. Correct? Am I right? R by h is equal to 4/3. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now what is r? 7. 7 by h
7.
is equal to 4/3. So h
Yes,
is
ma'am.
equal to, when you work this, you'll get h is equal to 21/4. H is equal to 21/4. Children, you can work this in another way also. You can take the radius to be 4x and the height to be 3x. See, this is one of the ways of finding r and h. It's a cone. It's a cone. We don't know anything. We don't know the radius. We don't know the height. But we are given some other information to find the radius and height. You cannot see now when the question is find CSA of the cone, directly you cannot write the formula CSA is equal to pi RL and think of as to how to proceed. No. What is that you need for a cone? You need the radius and height. Only if you have the values of R and H. If needed, you can find L. See, I'll make sense to you only if you know the formula well. All the formulae well. Otherwise, you'll only be thinking that I'm not explaining clearly. The explanation is with respect to the formula. So for a cone, we know that we have three things: radius, height, and slant height. So when you have to find the CSA of the cone, the formula is pi RL. So to find the CSA of the cone, you need the value of R and L. Without that, how can you use the formula? So first we have to find R and L. If not R and L, at least R and H. So we can use the relationship to find L. Okay, so this is one way of doing. Pi r square is equal to 154. So R is 7. R by H is 4/3. Like that, you find H. So like this, you get the value of R and you get the value of H. Now you can find the CSA. But for that, you should find L. Using R and H, you should find L and then find the CSA. The other way of working is 4x, 3x. So pi r square, pi into r square, that is 4x the whole square, is equal to 154. Like this also you can work. Pi r square, pi into 4x the whole square is equal to 154. When you work this, you'll get the value of x. And using x, you can find 4x, which is the what is that, radius, and 3x, which is the height. Get the same answer. Now, children, all of you find L. All of you find L using the values of R and H. Find L. You know, H is 21/4, R is 7. Find L. How do you find L, children? What's the relationship between L, H, and R?
Ma'am, the formula.
Yeah, Kanishka? No, somebody started saying.
Ma'am, we can find using a formula, ma'am. L square is equal to H square plus R square.
L square is equal to h square plus r square. You can substitute in this and find the value of L. Do it. What is the value of L?
Thirty-five by 4.
35 by 4. Very good. Sangamitra. 35 by 4. It's a square root of which fraction?
Ma'am, 1225 divided by 16.
Yeah, 1225 divided by 16. And the square root of 1225 is 35. Should know the long division method. And 16 is 4. So 35 by 4 or 8.75. Now, the formula is pi r L. And you know the values of R and L. Now you should work the CSA. CSA is pi r L. Substitute the values of R and L and find the CSA. The fifth one, 12 meters, you can see there. Area of the four walls. Check your answer for the fifth one. So in question number 6, we are asked to find the CSA of a cone. Formula pi RL. Formula pi RL. We don't know the value of R. We don't know the value of L. So we cannot work this straight away. We need to find R and L and then apply this formula. So we're given the ratio between the radius and height. So let the radius be 3x units and height be 3x units, 4x and 3x, sorry. Radius and height be 4x and 3x. Area of the base of the cone is given. So this is, using this we can frame an equation. Using this information, you can frame an equation and find the value of x. Area of the base is 154. Pi r square is 154. 22 by 7 into 4x the whole square is 154. So this will give you the value of x. And once you find the value of x, you can find 4x and 3x, which is the radius and height. And now to find CSA, we need the slant height, L. So we use this relation. L is equal to root of h square plus r square. Substitute square root. So how do we find the square root of 1225? 3 is a 9. 3 is a remainder. The next pair comes down. 25 comes down. Double the quotient. Whatever you add here, you should add the same thing here. 5s are 65, 5s are 325. This is a special division method. I did not explain anything. I was just telling you that you'll have to use this division method to find the square root. Because you need to know the division method. Otherwise, if it's a very large number or a decimal number, it's a number with a decimal point in it, you cannot always find using prime factorization method. That might be tedious if the number is large. The number may be a perfect square, but it's a very large number. So it's difficult. It's tedious to find using prime factorization method. So for that, you need to know the long division method to find the square root of a number. 35 by 4. Yeah, and then pi RL. Do the last one, children, because we try the 7th, 8th, and 9th question for yourself. We'll see that in the next, we'll see the answers in the next class. Please work the 10th one now. Please work question number 10 now.
Ma'am, find the length of its diagonal is given or not, ma'am?
Find the length of its diagonal. Yeah, that's there, that's there. Find the length of its diagonal.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Find the length of its diagonal. It's there. Please convert the volume to a fraction. Yeah, now each one of you unmute and tell me how many of you will submit your classwork. Because like a fool, I expect from everybody, and then I only expect to be disappointed. I don't know. Somehow I feel no, today all of them will submit their classwork, and finally I'm disappointed. So let me not make a fool of myself. How many of you would like to submit their classwork? Ananya, will you do it? Today's classwork?
Yes, ma'am.
Kanishka,
Yes, ma'am.
Nivedita,
Yes, ma'am. I will submit, ma'am.
okay, Sangamitra,
Yes, ma'am.
Vasudevan, Vasudevan, would you like to submit or no? Please submit. Hitesh,
Yes, ma'am.
please do it after. See, finish your lunch and you have already finished the work. There's nothing to complete in the classwork. So maybe half an hour, you can delay by half an hour to 45 minutes. You may have to have your lunch now. So by 2 o'clock, 2:15, I should receive your photos, Hitesh. Not
ma'am.
tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
Shreyas,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. Shivani and Nada,
Ma'am, right now my mom has gone out, ma'am. When she comes back, I'll send it, ma'am. I don't know when will she come back, ma'am.
okay, fine. Shivani,
Yes, ma'am. I'll submit it, ma'am.
okay, fine. All right, thank you, children. Now finish this.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Finish this one, children. We'll see the answer to this one and then wind up the class. Okay, tell me what is your LBH alone? You will assume no, let it be 8x, 5x, and 4x. What is LBH? When you multiply 8x, 5x, 4x, what is that you get?
160, ma'am.
160?
X.
Kanishka, 160x is it?
X cubed, ma'am.
160x cubed. Yes. 8x into 5x into 4x is equal to 160x cubed. So what I've done here is see, you can also convert this to a fraction. I've converted this, the volume is given in meter cubed. I've converted that to centimeter cubed to get rid of the decimal point. Volume is given in meter cube. It's 0.010240 meter cube. You can convert this to centimeter cube. Meter to centimeter, you should multiply by 100. Meter, how do you convert meter to centimeter? Multiply by 100. So meter cubed to centimeter cubed, multiply by 100 3 times. And this is the volume in centimeter cube. This is the volume in centimeter cube. 8x into 5x into 4x is 10,240. X into x into x is x cubed. 8x plus 5x plus 4x will be 17x. When you multiply x into x into x is x cubed. So x cubed is 64, x is 4. So you can find the dimensions of the cuboid using x, 8x, 5x and 4x. What's the formula to find the length of the diagonal? What's the formula to find the length of the diagonal of a cuboid?
Ma'am, root L square plus B square plus H square, ma'am.
Yes, Nivedita, thank you. Root of L square plus B square plus H square. So substitute. And this is the answer. Please take a screenshot, finish this and send your pictures to me. Take a picture of this one, children. All right. So that's it for today's session, children.
Ma'am,
If you have any
ma'am, one
doubts,
more
stay
time,
back.
can you show that picture,
Yeah,
ma'am?
sure, sure. Yeah, sure,
Ma'am.
sure. Yeah. That's it for today's
Yes,
session,
ma'am.
children. If you have any doubts, please stay back. Else you may leave the call. Thank you, children.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, children. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ma'am.
Thank you, children.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.